All right, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, it is a very, very special edition of Dude Sessions here, and we have a very, very special guest. I could start listing off all the things he's got to do in his athletic career and post-athletic career, but we do have a time constraint here. He's a gold medalist from the 1979 Pan American Games. He was an All-American at Pitt. He played NFL and the USFL. He had teammates along the names of like someone like, Reggie White, just some random Joes around there. He got drafted by the Suns. He got to play in the Continental Basketball Association. He's currently in the Pitt Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Clancy Sr. Hey, man, how are you doing?
Thank you. Doing great, man.
Did I get it all?
I need you as my media relation guy.
Hey, I'm available. I'm meant to just bring the best out in people. What can I say? Did I get everything? You have quite the list there. Did I get most of it at least?
You pretty much got everything. Yeah.
Oh, and he also raised some pretty good athletes too as his own. So carried on the tradition. Except your one son, who I won't name any names, did not have the best of jump shots. Mario.
No. But hey, for him to be on 6'3", though, I can't believe he's holding the school rebound record either, though. So I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. No, I just had to throw a little shot at him there on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Sam Clancy Sr. though. I mean, legends have a start. So what is the starting point? Like, where were you born? Where were you raised? What was it like? You went to Pitt. Why was it Pitt? Was Pitt the only school? Was there teams lining up for you? How did you get noticed to the point to be a D1 prospect? So let's start from the beginning.
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I did all of my schooling in Pittsburgh. The reason how I ended up at Pitt. We were pretty, my high school, how I got into basketball, first let me start, I ain't played basketball until I was 13 years old, and then my first year playing, I didn't even start, but I kind of raised a little hell because we had a woman, my first coach was a woman's coach.
Okay.
Now, how I learned how to play basketball, I was taught by a woman in the fourth grade named Mrs. Janine Brown. At Lecce Elementary School, and I guess she got me into basketball. I really wasn't even into it. I was as a young kid, I had a little bit of a goof off and stuff like that. But she got me into it and taught me how to dribble, how to shoot, what the game was about. And then when I was 13, we played in the Ozanam Summer League, which is here in Pittsburgh. It was a big time summer league for elementary, middle school, and high schoolers, and an adult, and also an adult league too. So, but it wasn't until 13 years old I played my first organized basketball, and I didn't start. So here's how I got serious about basketball: was that I thought I was better than the guy who she started in front of me, and so I go home to my mom and dad, and I complained a little bit about my parents. Now ain't no complaining when a coach is a coach and he or she know more than you. That was them. So they never want to hear you ever, like kids today, complain about coaches. That's not my mom and dad.
No.
My mom and dad, so I go there and complain, and my mom, I complained to my mom because she's a little easier than my dad. And she said, I don't want to hear it. You just got to go out and do better. And my dad go there and say, hey, if you ever complain to your mom again, for one, I'm going to stop you from playing ball. All right. Two, I'm going to whip your ass. He said, if you want to get better, you go out there and work at your game. Don't come and complain to us because the coach know more than you. So that one day I go out there and the next day, some reason she started me anyway, and you don't get better in one day, but she started me though. But still, it gave me the habit of going in there and working at it, and tuning my craft. and ended up being a pretty good ball player. Now coming up in high school, my high school, Fifth Avenue High School first before Brashear High School. Fifth Avenue High School was from 7th to 12th grade.
Okay.
My junior year was ranked number 2 in the country.
Oh wow! So you guys were like good.
Now big man was only 6'7". I was 6'6". My biggest man was 6'7". Point guard 5'8", shooting guard 6'2", and then forward was 6'3". So we were fast as lightning. And then my senior year, they closed down after we won state. My senior year, we moved to Brashear High School, which is also in Pittsburgh, and we were number 3 in the country. And so that's how the basketball. That's how I got looked at. That's how people. I mean, there wasn't a day in the summer that I didn't see a Bobby Knight or a Dean Smith or a Denny Crum from Louisville or Norm Sloan from North Carolina State. It was or John Wooten even come to the East Coast. It wasn't a day to go by that you didn't see a coach of big time schools come through Pittsburgh for that summer league.
So was it ever any school other than Pitt? Was it like anybody else come sniffing around? Was it Pitt?
Oh yeah.
As soon as they offered, you were like, "That's where I'm going."
Yeah. My 3 schools was Pitt, Ohio State, and North Carolina State. Ohio State, I went down to visit them when they played the University of Michigan in a football game.
Okay.
Now, all right, okay, and the coach, I'm sorry, I forget the basketball coach name. But Woody Hayes, you never can forget that name.
Oh yeah.
So I go to the locker room, meet Woody Hayes and everything, and I didn't know, my high school, I don't even know if we had film on for our games stuff. But Woody Hayes come and tell me, and that's the head coach of the basketball mouth dropped. I'm telling you, Woody Hayes, your son, I know about you. He said, but I'm telling you, you come to Ohio State, you can play football and basketball, and not basketball and football. You play football and basketball. And the coach for the head coach for the basketball, like, it was Woody Hayes, the man. It's like the god of the campus and stuff, though. And then, that I came close to there. But it was North Carolina State was number 2.
Okay.
Now, and I hope they don't get in trouble. Now, North Carolina State, I wanted to go there because every player was driving Corvettes.
So hey, we can say whatever. Hey, you're with Pitt now, so it's only going to
help. Oh man, that was over 40 years ago. If they get in trouble for that, though, I'll tell you now, every player was driving Corvettes.
I think Eric Dickerson pretty much set the tone with how things went on back,
Yeah.
His Firebird. Yeah. So North Carolina State was handing out Corvettes. Boy, yeah, that's hey.
It was pretty nice. I'm like, oh man, everybody's got a Corvette on the basketball team. This is where I want to go. but it was.
So was that a thing? I mean, I want to, since we're on that subject here, was there a lot of that going around? Like was it just kind of common knowledge, or was it kind of like?
No,
I
don't know. I don't know if the schools. I don't know. The schools might. I mean, these kids. North Carolina is a great place. These kids right here might have. Their parents could have bought it. Though. I don't know. But I think there's always been in big time sports. There's always been some shady dealings with somebody. Now it never happened at Pitt, but it's the reason why we, whatever.
All class. That's why you went there, because it was a clean operation.
Well, I went there because of I probably sat down with the head coach. I mean, being in Pittsburgh and having the summer league. And then the compliance laws wasn't like they are today. I mean, like I said, Tim Gergovich was the head coach that recruited me, and Cleve Edwards and Bob Hill was the assistants and stuff. And you seen those guys every day. I mean, literally every day. I would go to the field house and play pickup ball with the basketball team. So you see them. It's a little different with compliance rules today. And also, we were playing Penn State in the football game in '76, and Dorsett, who I followed Dorsett, I was a big fan of Tony Dorsett in high school because of what he was doing at Pitt. And he come to me right on the sideline before the game even started. because Pitt was after me, and they told him I was gonna be down on the sideline. And he go, "Hey man, I'm telling you, Sam, stay home, man. Make the people here proud." He did. He said, "Stay home, man. You got a lot to offer to help turn this program around. Don't go and turn nobody else's program around." So Tony Dorsett said, sealed it, even though I knew that Tim Gergovich probably ate dinner at my house 50 times.
Okay, now was that you're in the Pittsburgh area? The shoe guy, Sal something. Was that during the time were you around playing ball when the sneakers guys started coming around?
Who?
Oh, the Nike.
Sonny Vaccaro.
Yeah, Sonny. No, I'm sorry, it's Sonny Vaccaro. Yeah,
Sonny Vaccaro. Yes.
So is he around during? My understanding.
Sonny Vaccaro, but listen, when I knew Sonny first, he wasn't the sneaker guy. He became the sneaker guy after that.
Okay.
Sonny used to run the Pittsburgh Round Ball Classic.
Okay.
And that's where I met Sonny at. All right, and we had 17,000. It was the Pennsylvania All Stars versus the U.S. All Stars.
Okay.
Right? So that's how I met Sonny, and I was on the Pennsylvania team. Matter of fact, I'm one of 2 Pennsylvania teams that beat the U.S. All Stars. The other team was Maurice Lucas, his team.
Okay.
In 68, I think it was 68 or 71. 71, I think it was, that beat the U.S. team, and I was on a team with Gene Banks from Duke.
Okay.
Yeah. So Gene was the top guy in the state, and I was number 2 guy in the state that year, and we ended up beating the all-powerful U.S. All Stars. And matter of fact, myself, they gave Gene Banks the MVP. Okay, so he get up on the mic. He said, "Hey, I appreciate this. I don't deserve it. The man who deserved this is Sam Clancy." And handed me the trophy. Seriously, handed me the trophy and stuff. So that was great. And Gene and I are friends. And the only way we keep touching now on Facebook though. But he's down in North Carolina back doing something, and I'm up at Pitt. So he's been back in the Duke area doing something.
Okay. So Woody Hayes, you didn't play high school football, Sam. So
I did play high school football.
Okay, well, your Wikipedia page is wrong. Whoever put that together,
dropped the ball. Yeah, you might have to get on Mario. So Mario, I don't even know who did that though. So yeah,
we're just gonna say it was him because it's always him.
No, I better have him corrected then though, because I did play high school football.
Okay, so you did.
I started in the 9th grade. Yeah, I did. Because I was the last one to go out for the team in the 9th grade. Our point guard went out. Only reason I went out because our point guard and our number 2 guard was playing. I'm like, am I the only coward here? Not going out for the team. And then so I went out for the team and ended up starting as a freshman across from my brother, who was the other offensive tackle, and I became one offensive tackle. My cousin was a guard. Okay. So yeah, it was like a family affair and stuff though. So so I did start from 9th grade, and then I ended up playing. I got away from offensive tackle. I played defensive end too, but my senior year I played tight end and defensive end. And caught a few touchdowns in the city league.
Okay, so Woody saw the tape on you. So did you have to make a choice? Like, am I going to play football or am I going to play basketball?
Yeah.
Or was it always basketball?
No, it was always basketball. When you're number 2 in the country and you're respected, you got a chance to travel the world and play in all these tournaments against guys like Magic Johnson and summer balls in California and all these other guys. So it was always basketball. Football, I played because to protect point guards, and I played for fun. And truthfully, I made All-American my junior senior year. I was a tackle my senior year as a tight end. I didn't think I was that good because the city league bad football wasn't that good. Where I was from, and I mean, we never could beat the suburban schools in any sport. They would kill us every time we played them. So I didn't think I was that good though, and I never knew I was being watching football until something come out and one of the prep magazines or something like that, and named me as an All-American one year as a tackle, and another year as a tight end. And like I said, I still don't think I was that good. In high school. In high school now, so that was something that I dealt with. Like I said, I played strictly for fun. didn't want it to take me nowhere, and end up playing 13 years professionally.
So we're going to eventually get to we're talking all basketball, and here you are, a decently, how long your total playing career was, what, 8 to 10 years in that ballpark?
For the
NFL,
Browns, I mean for the NFL, yeah, I played 10 active years in the NFL. My first year I was on injury reserve, which is really how I learned how to play. That's what the game was about.
Okay.
I never have an injury really help somebody make the team, but in '82, I got drafted Phoenix Suns in '81. When they released me, that's when I went to the Billings, Montana. Okay, and the first day I get to Billings, there's a phone call from a guy named Chuck Allen, who player personnel director from the Seattle Seahawks. And it's in December now. They cut me in December, so I go there, and it's, you go to the hotel, it's those pink slips that ain't no voicemail those days on the phone. You got the pink slip, you might be too young for that. You gotta go down.
I know the concept. Yeah.
You gotta go down to the front desk. To the front desk to get the pink slip. All right. And I go to pink slip, Seattle Seahawks, Chuck Allen. I'm like, what do this guy want from me? I ain't played football since high school. Now, that being said, my senior year when they forced Tim Gervich to resign from Pitt, right?
Okay.
I went out for the Pitt football team for a week and a half for spring ball.
Okay.
All right, just a week and a half. Jackie Sherrill was the coach, and then we got Roy Shipman as a basketball coach, and he came and said, "Sam, I gotta give you it's basketball or football. I can't have you, my best player, playing both." He said, "If you're gonna play football, then I got to rebuild around my recruiting class that I'm gonna bring in." But he said, if you're going to come back, then this senior last year is rebuilt around you. So, and I went back to basketball because that's what I knew.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, football had Russ Grimm, Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer, Ricky Jackson, NFL Hall of Famer. You had Bill Moss, who's on that team, who's coming up. Bill Neal, who played with the Giants, on that team. Hugh Green was on that team.
It's like so many casual name drops on this.
Yeah. So
like Magic Johnson.
I remember that senior class had like 12 draft picks. Carlton Williamson played 8 years with San Francisco and got 2 Super Bowl rings. So I'm with those guys and struggling for my life. Even though Coach Sherrill tried to set me up a couple of times by running the ball directly at me at the end of practice. He had the second team stay out. She had me on second team defense and the first team offense. Mark May, Russ Grimm on their side.
Yeah, Mark May, another casual name drop.
Yeah, and they just try to drill me. And I swear I didn't even know what I was doing. Fighting for my life, screaming, trying to get skinny, trying to get small, just finding a way to get to the ball. And I wasn't afraid of the contact at all. I enjoyed the contact, matter of fact. Sometimes I got high, but I was holding for dear life. But somehow he always run 5 plays, and somehow I get my hands on the running back 3 of the plays every day after practice. So he told me, he said, "Sam, you stay with me, I'll make you All-American 2 years. Give me 2 years, I'll make you All-American." Fast forward to getting cut from Phoenix. I called Chuck Allen back. All right. Chuck Allen go, "Hey, got your Jackie Sherrill. We called Jackie Sherrill looking for some athletes. And he gave us your name and said that you never played for him. All right. But he think you can compete in the NFL." And I'm like, I was surprised, just as surprised as anybody.
Right.
I'm like,
wow, what a call.
And he asked the question, "Hey, would you want to try to compete for a job in the NFL, son?" And I look out the window. It's in Billings, Montana. I look out the window, the main highway, they snowmobiling on it, and right outside the hotel. And I go, "Yes, sir, I give it a shot."
Yeah, I think we can improve the situation.
But what was great, though, he said, "Finish your basketball season. We'll bring you in with the free agents." Okay. So we finished the season. We got to the championship game. We lost to Lancaster, PA, in the championship series. Okay. And then fast forward to home. I'm home. I'm going. I haven't heard from Seattle. All right. It just was a phone call. So it's out. I'm trying to maybe go and and work on. I'm going to go to the hoop court outside. Me and my cousin, we always play one-on-one basketball. How I get on full court, how I get in shape. He was a guard, so I was trying to keep my quickness up.
Okay.
Or a little speedy guard in full court. And on the way out the door, the phone rang. My mom answered, said, "Hey, Sammy, there is a Mr. Allen on the phone." I'm like, "Oh, I forgot all about him." It's day of the draft. Day of the draft, or maybe it might be the second or third day of the draft. Yeah, because it's 13 rounds those days.
Yeah.
All right. So he goes, "Sam, it's Mr. Allen. Chuck Allen, do you still want to play football?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir. I get a shot, sir." He said, "Okay." Well, he said, "Well, we're gonna bring you up as a free agent." I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay." In May, he said, he said, he said, "Anybody else been contacting you about probably trying to play football?" I said, "Well, the Washington Redskins contacted me, which physically they didn't, but I had a letter that said that they were eyeing me and maybe going to think about playing football. Back in those days, you had nice size. I was about 250, 6'6", 250, and nice size and hooping. Then a lot of teams would send you a letter, because they think you can play. They think basketball players can play anything if they're tough enough, which I knew I was tough enough. So he said they did. So he hung up the phone. He said, "I'll call you back in a couple minutes." He hung up the phone, said, "Hey, Redskins is after this guy. I think we should give him a shot, bring him in, at least be a body." Called me back in 2 minutes, said, "Hey, Sam, congratulations." I said, "For what?" "Well, we just drafted you 11th round." So, hey, Tony, he go, here's what I love. He said, "What position you want to play?" They drafted me in a non-position.
You should have just said quarterback.
I said, "Well, I like some glory. I tight end. I played tight end, but so I had 1 year tight end in high school. I played some tight end though. I like a touchdown. I like glory. Do a dance or something. All right, tight end." So my first year of Seattle, I was a tight end. Okay, and this is like, and like I said, when I look at things that I've done, I'm like, wow, I was a tight end my first year, from a basketball to tight end to defensive end. And then I got hurt in the inter squad scrimmage, like the fourth week of camp. Now, don't forget those weeks of 6 or 7 weeks of camp.
Okay.
The rookies had 2 weeks of camp before the vets come in.
Right.
Those days, the vets would come in to get in shape.
Okay.
There was no off-season programs then. The vets come in, they all big stomachs, out of shape. They come to camp to get in shape. Smoking. Hey, they smoked cigarettes and put them out in the carpet, in the locker room, and everything. So, man, yeah, it was.
Were they drinking? Was there beer drinking?
But I'm like, okay, I call my brother. "Hey, man, they smoking in the locker room. I've never seen this. I'm an athlete, never smoked. No athlete smoked. This is what I'm thinking."